Hey, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Sorry, I need lemon water every morning or my throat's bleh and I can't talk. So I try to get a couple glasses of lemon water in first thing in the morning. But today I needed to wash my hair and take a nice Epsom salt bubble bath. And so I didn't get to it right away. It's already later in the day than I usually like to make my morning videos, but that's okay because I make my own rules. I can make them whenever I want. I just like to sit in my cozy, relaxing chair in the morning and create my content. And it's better before the light comes up because the light gets really funky, especially if it's a sunny day. All the windows I have in my house, they just cast strange shadows and I look weirder than usual. And sometimes we just don't need to present a weirder looking front than usual. So what am I working on? Why am I saying I need another catch-up day already? Because I do. Yesterday is one of those days when life intercedes in our plans for what we do for work and things. And the one thing I will say that I don't think enough people understand and really hear is that health, our bodies, our physical well-being and our mental well-being, our health, if we don't take care of that, we're screwed. We have nothing. We've got to, number one, and I know how hard it is. I know there's so many things tearing at us for our time and attention, but if we don't take care of our health, nothing else matters. I'm sure you know somebody that's gotten a diagnosis, a bad diagnosis, either cancer or heart disease, or had a bad accident, or, I always think cancer and heart disease, lupus. There's so many things that people can get. Lyme's disease. There's so many things that can happen that mess with our health. And as we go about our day-to-day lives and our businesses and running them and building them, we get so caught up in things that we don't take care of ourselves. And when we don't take care of ourselves, we don't have the energy that we need to deal with all the things that we're getting caught up in. And sometimes, especially when you're a mom and you've got kids and you've got, significant others and people vying for your attention, the last thing that we do is we take care of ourselves. I mean, we don't eat right, we don't exercise, we don't do the things that we know we need to do to just keep ourselves de-stressed and focused and energized. And when we let those things go, everything falls apart. How do I know about this? I've had several major health challenges in my life, and it's usually been at a time when I was really, really caught up in my businesses, and focusing on the wrong things. And it was almost as if something happened to me to pull my attention back to remind me what's really important. And what's really important are people and relationships and being happy and experiencing the world as only we uniquely can, and to make the world a better place. We're all here to make the world a better place, whether we admit it or not, whether we know it or not, whether we believe it or not. We really are. We're all here living our lives to contribute to the whole in a positive way. Now, a lot of people decide to contribute to the world in a negative way. They seek power and greed and to manipulate and harm other people. There's always going to be those people in the world. And sometimes it seems like they're the majority because we hear so much about them in the media and in the news, and we see them doing things that we push against. And I guess I don't want to talk about that because it's just a reality of the world we live in. We live in a polar universe. That means that there is good and evil. There's happy and sad. There's hot and cold. We live in a world of opposites, So there's going to always be this balancing of power and energy. We live in an energy-based universe where everything has pluses and minuses. Our bodies are made up of, positive and negative energy entities, not entities, but little elements and particles, nuclear particles. That's the smallest thing that scientists can tell us they know about. And so, positive and negative. So my whole point is we seek to balance, but there is balance in our bodies, but there is no true balance in our lives. At least that's what I believe. I think that we strive to have a balanced existence and a balanced life and to take care of all the balls that we're juggling. But there's certain times in our lives where some things are more important than others. For example, when I had my kids were young, they were my world, and everything revolved around me making sure they were taken care of first, and then I was a workaholic second. So it was a busy time for me. Now, my balls I'm juggling have more to do with creating something online, creating a legacy, creating something that will last and really, really positively impact other people and make the world a better place. When I was in my 20s and 30s and even into my 40s, that wasn't my primary objective. My primary objective was, just like most people, to just survive, to just carve out my little piece of the world and figure out how I could survive and take care of the people I love and care about. Now my desires are much more broader than that. They're much larger, and they're much more in tune with, positively impacting more people, other people outside of just my little small nucleus. So yesterday was one of those days that calls your attention to your family and having to do something that has nothing to do with your business, and it's health related. And so you do that. And then you find yourself having things that you've created that you like to do every day. This is me we're talking about, of course. And I just need to catch up and do those things today, because people will always be more important than things. People and relationships are always more important than work. There's that saying that on your deathbed, there's certain things people regret, and no one ever regrets not spending more time at work. Nobody. Even me, who loves to work, I don't regret not spending more time at work. We regret the time we didn't spend with people, the time we didn't hug and tell the people that we love them, the time we had an argument with somebody we care about because we were having a bad day. It really didn't have anything to do with anything that they did or said. Things like that. So I'm having a catch-up day today. I owe 2 people a training slot today, and I'm going to teach them how to do something that they can put to work in their lives and their businesses, helping them to achieve what they want to achieve today. It doesn't have to be a week from now. It doesn't have to be 2 months from now. They can do it today. And if I walk them through it and we do it together, there's no reason that it isn't going to get done today. And I need to check in with a couple of other people too that I didn't get to touch base with yesterday because I normally would, but I was doing things that involved people. That's what I'm working on today. I'm also creating a bunch of, and I'm not sure how many I'll do today with this, bizarre wet hairdo, but it's pretty me, right? I think you're getting to know now that I get this from my daughter. She is the most amazing little soul in spirit, but ever since she was a little girl, she would just do her hair in fun little weird ways. And so now my hair was wet, and I'm like, I don't want it wet hanging down my neck. I'm just going to braid it in a weird braid. So I tip my head down, make a weird braid, and then twist it up. And I'm like, it's actually quite humorous. But it makes me smile. And if I'm smiling on the inside, life is a lot more fun. Catching up on work is a lot more fun. So that's all I've got for you today. It's a very quiet, mellow morning. I'm just having some coffee and some lemon water and some, this red pink juice stuff I'm drinking. And no, it's not Gatorade. But I like these bottles because they're not like the little wimpy water bottles these days. They actually still have a little function and structure to them. So I can hold it without smashing it in because I'm so strong. Go out, make it a fantastic day. Love the people around you. Make sure they know that you appreciate them and are grateful for having them in your life, because everybody comes into our life for a reason. They're either coming into our life for us to show and teach them something, or to teach us something. And notice when they're the gift of teaching you something, because sometimes those are the hardest lessons. Okay, let's be honest. Those are the hardest lessons we have to learn, is the people that come into our life to challenge us and teach us and to show us something. It's usually something about ourselves that we don't want to look at and we don't want to admit. So just be open to that day. Have a fantastic day, and I will see you tomorrow. Pajama Grandma out. Bye.